So as we start to figure out what is sales, I thought what better way than to go out on the street right off the UT campus and ask people their opinions of what is sales and what is a salesperson. We're out here outside of UT Austin campus, and I'm really curious. I'm with a nice family here and gonna ask them their opinions. So y'all, when somebody says that they're in sales or they're a salesperson, what comes to mind?
I usually think of like a pretty nice person, like friendly, inviting, you know, like you want to talk, they want to talk to you, but you also want to talk to them, like they have that charm to them. That's what I think of when I think of a salesperson.
That's cool. That's cool. How about y'all?
I
You
don't
can
know.
be honest.
We've been in sales our whole lives.
That's
so
fantastic.
Actually, when you say it, we just come to mind. But
Great. So
Or I always think, what's the angle?
yes, yes.
What's the angle?
Yeah, when people aren't direct with you.
Right.
That's great. So what are some of the stereotypes about people being in sales?
sketchy, shady, Glengarry, Glen Ross.
Yeah, slicksters,
Yeah.
like the old used car salesman.
That's what I was thinking.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Those are the most typical stereotypes, I think.
The most typical stereotypes.
Just out for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Great.
not looking out for who they're trying to sell something to.
Yeah. So y'all have actually been in sales in your careers. What all have you done?
Well, for us, we
Uh-huh.
used to own a chain of furniture stores, so
And now we own an antique mall. So we
Okay.
still sell, but we don't sell like we did
Yeah.
before. I mean, then we actually had to sell. Now, usually people come in and we're more clerks now. But
Got it. Oh, that's actually perfect to kind of
Yes.
tell me that difference between actual sale versus clerk.
clerk is almost cashier. People come in, they know what they want, or I mean, it's hard to direct to somebody to an antique, but when they're shopping for furniture or a mattress, there are things that you could tell them about the product, help show them features, warranties, etc. But with that, I mean, it's more kind of a personal preference.
Yeah,
So-
that's great.
They just come to us and we take their money. now.
That's awesome.
it's the easiest kind of sales now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
True.
perfect.
Here's our money, take it.
That's perfect. So I think
Yeah.
you've read my textbook. Y'all are going to read about this. So they're
Excellent.
actually saying exactly what we're
There
going
we
to cover
go.
in class. Thanks so much.
Yes.
What comes to mind when you think about someone who is a salesperson?
That's an interesting question. I mean, really, I think it in the most literal sense of the word is someone whose job is to sell something.
Yeah.
And, you know, they can be pushy or well-intentioned.
Yeah.
Hopefully well-intentioned, but
Yeah, that's great. So give me an example of a bad experience that you've had with a salesperson at some point in your life.
yeah, so there's this one store in the mall that I really like what they sell there, but I never want to go in unless I'm buying a specific thing because I know the salespeople there will harass me for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yep, that's a great example. So now give me an example of a good, positive experience with a salesperson.
Just in general, like whenever I go somewhere and I know they will be helpful but not like bother me or try to push me into buying things that I don't want to buy, or only suggesting the most expensive things and not the best things.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. That's what I needed. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. So have you ever had a great experience with someone in sales? Any type of sales?
I had a great experience. Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah.
I had really bad experiences
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
The experiences I remember were really bad ones. That
You
stuck
know,
with me.
most people do. So give me an example of a bad experience.
I was trying to buy a car, and then the salesman got my social security and tried to get a credit card.
No. Oh, that's terrible. So give me an example of a bad experience that you had with a salesperson.
An example is a car dealership. A car
Okay.
dealership. You need to buy this car. You need to buy this car. You need to buy this car. Bad example, or okay, an even better one is at
Yeah.
a mall kiosk. At a mall kiosk, yeah, the guys who just shove it in your face, try to get you to stop talking when you're minding your own business, and you try to do the thing where you walk past them. But,
Yeah.
But that's probably my worst
Okay.
example for that.
Cool. What's a great experience? Have you had a good experience with a salesperson?
Yes, I for sure have a good experience with a salesperson. Guys who try to,
sell me something that they truly do care about, and I can tell that. Like at the Apple store, I was buying a new Apple iPhone, and he tried to build a connection with me, and he actually like cared about what I had to say and what I wanted, and he just didn't give me a sales pitch and left.
Yeah.
When he actually tried to build a relationship small term.
Give me an example of somebody who, or an experience that you've had with a bad salesperson.
Okay, sure. So I'm trying to think. I can't remember the exact store, but they sold higher end like electronics and stuff like that. And they would be really, like I said, pushy, right? Always kind of following me around, asking if I need help.
Yeah.
If they see I have something, they start trying to tell me about it and stuff like that. And,
Sure.
right, just not really letting up.
Yeah.
Right.
So tell me about a good experience you've had with a salesperson.
Sure. So a good experience would be, obviously, asking if I need help at first, but then leaving me alone if I don't need help.
Yeah.
And then when I do need help, I'll ask for it and, go from there, right? So personable, able to kind of, I guess, measure your own personality and work with that.
That's great. Good experience that you've had with a salesperson.
I was in India, of course, and there at that time the Apple Mac market was not that great, and it's mostly Windows PCs.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy a laptop, and he showed me a lot of laptops and explained the things that which I did not know, like RAM and memory and what actually they do. And then he figured out, and he said, probably Toshiba will be best for your purpose.
Wow, that's
so,
great.
So and that laptop is like after 7 years still working.
That's great. So he recommended a product that wasn't even his own product.
Yes.
Whenever somebody says that they're a salesperson.
I wonder if I should exit the area.
Okay, to exit the area.
I'm wondering what they're going to try to sell me.
Okay, great. So to give me an example of a pretty negative experience you've had with a salesperson.
Oh, the ones that just won't give up, that they can't take no for an answer, and they keep coming up with reasons why you need to buy this, and maybe it's something you really don't want or need.
Yeah.
And you have to almost get into an argument with them.
Great. Now tell me an example of a great experience that you've had with a salesperson.
A great experience is when you ask the salesperson for something you specifically need, and they help you try to find the right thing.
That's great.
At the right price, and they don't just try to, screw you over, basically.
Absolutely, that's perfect. All right, well, thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate your time.
Anytime.
So we're done. It's now 101 in Austin here in July of 2017, and I finished meeting all these people on the street to get their opinion about what a salesperson is. And I would have to say that it's caused me to actually reflect a lot on my own sales background and career, because I felt really awkward approaching people. You often do when you're in sales. I was actually trying to convince them to give me 3 to 4 minutes of their time and to sign a form in agreement that we can use their video. And so a lot of it really did reflect a sales perspective. And I felt uncomfortable. There were times that I would look at people and go, should I approach that person? Is there a likelihood that they're going to say yes? And then, of course, I'm out in the elements in Austin dressed like this. I felt like I had to be a little bit professional. And a lot of times in sales, that's exactly what I found myself doing. Traipsing between different customers' offices, dressed in a suit, and trying to see if they had a need for my product or service. So I hope you've enjoyed this beat on the street kind of perspective of what is sales and what people think of salespeople. We're only going to build from this initial set of observations from real people. The last thing I'll leave you with is almost everyone's example has been about retail. This class is going to be about business to business selling. And so one of the things I want you to think about is how is it different when people are engaging with salespeople in a professional environment opposed to this retail context. Thanks so much.